So Khalid, we're here at the Birmingham Count. It's coming up to 1-2 o'clock in the morning now. How are you feeling about the whole thing?
Well, I think since the poll has come out, I think nationally I'm very despondent. I think nationally we've not been able to serve the people that we wanted to serve. There might be a difference in a few seats, but ultimately there probably will be a Conservative government. Boris Johnson's got through on untruths, not telling the facts about the issues, not talking to real people to be accountable to the public. And so what we have to do now is look at how we deal with him. He's saying get the Brexit done. Well, he's going to spend at least 3 years at least trying to get the deal sorted out. So he even wasn't truthful about that. And the people will have to learn and see how we move forward on that. But what we've got to do as a Labour Party is see how we continue to support our people, support the people who voted for the Labour Party, people who want to be supporters of the Labour Party, in terms of how we support their agenda, how we move forward. And in doing that, I think what we've got to be able to do is look at our leadership and see, for 2 elections we haven't succeeded. Now let some more people in and go through back to the membership, get a new leadership, and see how we can move forward with that.
And looking locally, so you're standing in Perry Barr, how are you feeling about your seat in your area?
I think we will lose some votes. There has been increased voting for the Conservative Party, but ultimately I hope that the people have enough faith and confidence in me from Perry Barr to be able to retain the membership as a Member of Parliament for them. And again, they've trusted me since 2001, and I hope they continue to do that.
And looking a bit further afield around Birmingham, there's a few real key marginal seats that you might have been campaigning out in. How are you feeling about Birmingham as a whole?
I think again it's a very difficult judgment to call. I think there's been real issues in looking at it. I think the way the campaign's been run, the way the media concentration against the Labour Party has taken place, and perhaps the not a totally clear agenda from us hasn't helped. So I think all those issues have to be borne in mind, and bearing those issues in mind, we have to look at see how we can now address those issues and move forward. That's what's really important for us.
Recently you were at Hustings and had a slight clash with Mr. George Galloway. He's standing in West Brom. How do you think that's going to go for him?
Well, I don't think he's going to win. I think George has done his trump as round as he could. Carpet bagging around the country isn't really a good thing to do. If he wanted to remain the distinction that he has, he should stick to it or develop a base somewhere and then fight that seat. Of course you can, there's no issue with that. But just being carpet bagging from one seat to another is not a good thing to do. I was involved in the 2015 election in Bradford, where we managed to get rid of him there. And therefore he's got no platform to move forward on. I think he's going to be realistic about it. He can't carry on thinking that he can, purely based on his rhetoric, that he can get people on side, and people have become far too clever for that.
You mentioned the media stacking up against Labour over the last few weeks. How do you think it's stacked up against the leader, Jeremy Corbyn?
I think quite significantly. I think when you look at the whole issue of what's gone on, he hasn't since 2016 been able to address those issues in the media, and they're concentrating again and again and again on his past record, not looking at the person was. And really there comes a time when you realise that it's very difficult to move forward, because the way that the media that's been bought and paid for, how it develops you and how it pushes you, that's an unfortunate part of our society currently, and we have to be able to move forward to allow people a genuine, transparent voice to be able to move forward.
So do you think it's time's up for Jeremy Corbyn?
As I've said, I think what we've got to do is look at a new leadership. It's not just Jeremy Corbyn. I think we're going to look at a new group of ideas, look at new people coming in, and now start to redevelop something that's more focused in Parliament, but also focused in terms of what we need to deliver for our supporters and the people who genuinely support us, and to see how we can carry on being relevant to them, and that's the most important thing.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.